political newcomer will soon be at the helm of City Hall. Nonprofit founder and Levi Strauss heir Daniel Lurie officially declaring victory to supporters at a rally today.
ABC 7 News reporter Monica Madden was there, and Monica now live with us in studio. What'd you learn about the new mayor-elect?
Well, first and foremost, Lurie will be San Francisco's first mayor in more than a century to have no experience in governing, but he really touted that as a strength throughout his campaign, noting his experience leading his anti-poverty nonprofit called Tipping Point. So voters looking for a leadership shakeup certainly got what they wanted.
Hope is alive and well in San Francisco.
An upbeat newcomer to City Hall, promising change in San Francisco.
Hope powered by our love for this city that we call home.
Hundreds gathering to celebrate their newly elected mayor as Daniel Lurie previewed his future plans.
Our mandate is to show how government must deliver on its promises. Clean and safe streets for all, tackling our drug and behavioral health crisis, shaking up the corrupt and ineffective bureaucracy, building enough housing so our neighbors can afford to live here, supporting our small businesses, and breathing life back into downtown.
Lurie immediately meeting with business owners in Chinatown with a packed schedule of handshaking and fanfare Friday.
How's the welcome committee been?
I mean, there's a lot of friends, a lot of family here in Chinatown.
Supporters optimistic about having a fresh face.
We just love that he's an outsider and he's going to come in, he's going to break up the city family, he's going to break up all the problems that we've seen that are related to people owing each other. He doesn't owe anybody anything, and he's not going to be tainted by that.
Longtime friends confident Lurie is fit to lead.
Daniel, who has led a life of service, who's led a sizable organization, and at his heart is, I think, a public servant and is also a problem solver.
But he will face major challenges, inheriting the city's $800 million budget deficit and constituents hungry for San Francisco's big comeback.
And as for shakeups in City Hall, we asked Lurie about a promise he made in our ABC 7 candidate interviews from last month. He says he still plans to meet with every major department head to get an idea of if any leadership changes are necessary there. And Lurie, who spent millions of his own money to fund his campaign, says he does not plan on accepting a salary as the mayor. Larry, Kristen.
All right, Monica, thank you. Joining us now, ABC 7 News insider Phil Matier. Is it kind of unusual for the mayor-elect to do a walking tour of the city on day one?
Oh, absolutely not. They usually hit the streets bright and early on day one because it's time to establish and make celebration. It's called a victory lap.
I'm familiar with those.
You know those.
And he was not going to pass it up. He spent up more than $9 million on this race between him and his supporters. He's a newcomer to City Hall, but I'm going to tell you, he is an old hand at the city power structure. He was born and raised in it, and he knows where the levers are in this city beyond City Hall. Now, he's talking about breaking up the City Hall family, which is a group of department heads and bureaucrats that have basically been in place there since Gavin Newsom was mayor. Because when Gavin Newsom went on to become lieutenant governor, he handed it off to Ed Lee, who continued with most of the same people. When Ed Lee died in office, those same people just moved in with London Breed. So there's an establishment there that he's going to have to move or break up. But like I said, he's not a stranger to power in the city.
And you can tell from his speech today. But breaking things up, re-interviewing department heads, you know, and this by someone who had no political experience before. But I guess that's exactly what voters want this particular year, this particular time. Right?
Across the board. It's not just here, but it was across the nation. They wanted some changes. People wanted changes. And he promised that, and he provided that. It was clear that London Breed, who's been in office for 6 years, had worn the mat. I mean, people just weren't enamored with her. 3 out of 4 voters were looking elsewhere. He came in with a simple message. I'm not her. I'm not them, the other candidates in the race who are all been at City Hall for a while or have been there before. I'm a fresh face with new ideas for a new San Francisco, and he's taken a hold of all the new people that have moved here. You know, so it is a sea change.
So during the campaign, we sat down with Daniel Lurie, and he told us he wants residents to give him at least 8 years to accomplish his goals. Let's listen.
8 years from now, artists, creatives, business leaders are going to be like, I got to be in San Francisco.
So you're saying 18 to 24 months? Is that what you're saying?
18 to 24 months where we get our locals saying, I want to go back into San Francisco, give me 2 terms, and everyone around the world's going to be like, San Francisco's back.
Doesn't really work that way. You don't get your first day in office talking about 2 terms. Americans, and even here in the Bay Area, are just antsy right now, and they've shown it. It's going to be tough for anybody to hold on to office for more than 1 term. He's got his work cut out because he promised a lot, and if you don't deliver quick, people make up their minds.
Well, yeah, nobody wants to wait around 8 years.
Right,
I mean,
exactly. And I mean, he needs, look, if he can get he's getting a big break. Unlike London Breed, who walked into office 6 years ago and was opposed by people who said, don't take the tents off the streets, that's inhumane, was opposed, don't arrest the fentanyl dealers because they're victims themselves. You know, he is not facing that. He's facing a city that is united. Let's do it. Do it. It's a question of getting it done.
He said he's going to declare a fentanyl emergency from day 1. So what do you expect will actually happen? You know, he didn't really put meat on the bones during the campaign, of course.
Of course not. Of course not. And we're going to wait to be seen. He has a big break in the form of District Attorney Brooke Jenkins, who is already getting tough on crime, so she's paving the way for him as well.
Any concerns about the lack of political experience? And I know you said that he knows the inner workings and the power structure.
Hey, politics is people. Okay, if you know the right people, you got the right power. Some department heads are going to move on. I imagine that Bill Scott, the chief of police, is going to be gone. That's because that's the most important person a new mayor can name is the police chief. He's going to say it's up to you to name him. The Muni director is going to be under close scrutiny. The building department is going to be sort of these things that people have mixed feelings of whether they're working or not. Yeah. But he comes with a lot of experience in, like I said, the powers. Because, look, somebody's got to fill up those buildings, and it's not going to be city workers. Yeah. It's got to be business people.
Right. And he's been dealt a pretty good hand because people are going to give him a lot of slack right now. So
and post-pandemic.
Yeah.
So
you put that together. People want to change. It's up to him to deliver it.
All right.
Thank
Thanks,
you, Phil.
Phil.